You are the Resistance.
Hello, I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And as we wait for the next piece of insanity from our rotting, wobbling, dementia patient leader, whether it's bombing Iran, invading another country, and kidnapping its leader, murdering citizens in Minneapolis, sending people to murder prisons without due process, violating the Constitution, threatening Greenland and Canada, you know, Canada, the worst of the worst. Imposing tariffs, costing Americans billions, tearing down the White House, taking bribes from countries around the world through a worthless crypto meme coin, and possibly revealing aliens just so we forget what he wants us to forget. Are we gonna squirrel? Nope. Because it turns out you can do all of it. Set off any shit show nightmare of violation of humanity, and the good news is the world still wants to know the names of who's been raping children. Congress has demanded the unredacted Epstein files and have brought in some people from the Diaper Dawn administration to ask why they had contact with Donald Trump's alleged trafficking partner, Jeffrey Epstein. This is Howard Lutnick, Sweet Potato Hitler's Commerce Secretary. You know, a few months ago, Howie said that although he lived 7 steps from Epstein's house, he only met him once, saw a massage table in the middle of the living room and said, "This man is a creep," and he and his wife harumphed out of there.
And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
It's a pretty specific memory for so long ago. It's good to know how good his memory is because Lutnick never saw Epstein again. That's integrity. And a mind like a steel trap. And then there's this.
I did have lunch with him as I was on a boat going across on a family vacation. My wife was with me, as were my 4 children and nannies. I had another couple they were there as well with their children, and we had lunch on the island.
Yeah, it turns out Lutnick visited Epstein 3 other times, invested in business with him, and he also went to Epstein's island with his wife and his kids because Epstein was interested in one of the children's nannies. He took his kids. Lutnick, you took your kids to Pedophile Island? Were they auditioning? So, he was so creepy the first time you met him that you had to meet him multiple times and go into business with him?
Bing, bong.
So we have the president and his officials lying, covering up for and protecting pedophiles. Today, I watched the top cop of America, head of the DOJ, super Karen and raging disgrace to the rule of law, liberty, justice, and vaginas, avoid any and every question about finding these rich, powerful men who raped, hurt, and or killed children.
I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No,
you're going to answer the question the way I asked it.
And you know how you know that whatever is in those files, hidden underneath those black squares, is the worst, most evil darkness that lives in the souls of men? And by the way, those men run our country and they run our industries. We know it's bad because today we watch the country's top cop, the person in charge of following the rule of law and prosecuting criminals. At her hearing today, she answered 0 questions about the biggest pedophile ring in American history.
I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question. No. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
She's seen all the evidence. She has all the evidence. Will not release all the evidence, and is protecting men who rape children.
Chairman Jordan, I'm not going to get in the gutter with these people.
Well, if the system is run by pedophiles and child killers, collapse that motherfucker. We dropped a nuke on Japan a while back, and now they kick our ass. We'll be fine. Getting rid of a worldwide cabal of people who rape kids is just doing the Lord's work. And one more thing. The aliens that Trump is going to reveal to divert from the Epstein files, those aliens have released a statement saying, and I'll translate, that no aliens are in the Epstein files. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Jesus Christ, man. You know, they've tried everything. They've tried invading other countries. They've tried getting rid of leaders. Now they're talking about aliens. Holy shit, man. Why don't they just get Daniel Radcliffe to dress up as Harry Potter and then divert us with that one? It's insane.
The Dow has shattered 50,000 for the first time. This is crazy. They said it couldn't be done in 4 years, yet President Trump has done it in 1 year.